Okay, here's a test that I got from McGill, it's Dr. Stuart McGill, and it's a great sort of way to simply test someone for compressive loads in their back without it being too risky on the actual test, because some of the ones we might often use, they might be just too risky. The person's in too much pain, and may even get a misleading result because everything hurts because the test itself is too hard. I like this because it's for two reasons. It's simple, and the second reason, it's actually in the seated position, which is often the one of the reasons the person ends up in the back pain in the first place. So you actually sort of can help them identify that seated position, the exact seated position that's giving them the trouble. All right, so how does that work? There's sort of three parts to this, right? So firstly, you've got to sit in neutral. All right, so here I'm just sort of addressing my posture. I sit in neutral, and then I grab the chair quite tight with my hands, and I'm basically pulling if you can imagine, I'm pulling the chair up into me. That's what creates a compression into your spine. This is a great idea from McGill to do that. So it's basically creating a very gentle type of compression. For someone with back pain, this can be quite they will feel it. Someone else, it won't be enough. You might need to use a barbell or something, but in this case, as it's a test for back pain, it's very good. Now, what you want to do from here is sort of evaluate, is there any pain that's triggered from you doing that? When you go, your neck sort of rotates into an extension, and your neck rotates into flexion. All right, so when you do that, that basically moves the nerve up and down the spine where it might actually compress on it. All right, so if it comes away and it feels good, then the flexing is a good thing. If it goes up and it feels bad, then it's a bad thing. Now, what you want to do is you need to test this in different positions. So I've tested it in neutral. Now I want to do the same thing in the slouch position. All right, so remember, I'm still pulling up, and then I want to test if the pain's worse or better if I go back, or is it worse or better if I go forward. All right, and basically the results of what you're testing yourself is telling you what you need more of and what you need less of. And then the last one is the extension. So I sort of remain in extension and go forward neck flexion and then neck extension. All right, so again, the thing is to observe, is your symptoms made worse from being in neutral where you flex or extend? If you get pain if it's worse from flexion, then you need more extension, you need to avoid flexion, and vice versa. And same within the slouch postures and extension posture. And you'll always find that people will always sort of gravitate to more one than the other. Generally speaking, more people are flexion intolerant, but not always. That's why you have to test, because you could be prescribing exercises that are assuming they're flexion intolerant, because that's what you normally see, but this particular person, their pain is brought on from extension and not flexion. All right, so a great little simple test that you can use if you're in a lot of pain that may help you determine, firstly that type of thing, but also your seated position. That's going to be a better choice for you if you're in an occupation that requires it. All right, so hope you've enjoyed that, and we'll see you in one of our next videos.